We are finally getting some makeup launches that have nothing to do with holiday, and I am so excited for it. I feel like there's always this lull because holiday launches in September. It launches so early, but we have some fresh meat. We have some new stuff out there and I want to talk about it. I'm so excited to be filming. This is my first video of the new year, and I feel like last year, especially toward the end, although there were good things, it also got a little wild and things got off the rails, at least for me. And so I'm gonna do some updates at the end, you know, just channel stuff, that type of stuff, you know, that'll be at the end. But I want to get into the new stuff, so let's get into it. I usually get a lot of my new makeup launch info from Instagram and like Trend Mood and all of that, but I've actually not really been over on Instagram at all, like at all lately. I will say I feel out of the loop because of it, but in other ways, mentally, all that, it feels good, I cannot lie. So that all being said, a lot of this is actually coming just from like the Sephora app and things like that. So we're gonna start there. Okay, this first thing, it just looks so pretty, and it's getting us into all the Valentine's makeup we're really gonna be seeing soon. But this is from Tom Ford. It's the Eye Color Quad. This one's called Rose Exposed, and you can see the rose imprint in these shadows, and it looks so pretty. I really haven't been into these kind of tones necessarily, but that being said, this quad is making them look delicious. It's making them look so good. I do like this kind of formula when it comes to eyeshadow, so I do think this looks really beautiful. I did pick up something from last year's kind of Valentine's Day collection. It had like heart imprints, and they had a quad with heart imprints in it, so something a little bit different but still in a similar vein, and I have enjoyed the blush. So you know, again, very pretty. This is $100 though. It's a lot of money for some eyeshadows, for eyeshadows that, you know, aren't necessarily the most unique colors, but I do think the presentation, the packaging, all that is very, very beautiful, and it's pretty to look at. It's pretty to look at, I cannot lie. Another thing that has me pretty excited, which I'm kind of shocked about, is from YSL, and it's one of their lip products. So this is the Inks Blurring Matte Liquid Lip Stain, and I feel like we're seeing more liquid lip products come in, whether they're like the kind of matte liquid lipsticks we were seeing in 2016. I don't think they're exact renditions of that, but this feels like the modern version of something like that. What I really loved is that it looks like it's gonna give a soft matte look, and I've been loving the Refi lip blurs. I'm annoying as hell about it at this point, but really something I've been loving is that kind of soft lip line that they give, something a little less harsh. I've kind of always loved that, but I've definitely been enjoying it from those lip products, and I feel like this is giving a similar thing, but in a liquid and also in a stain, which I do think that kind of long wearing power of a stain is very popular, especially right now. We're seeing a lot more stains. There's a lot of like glossy lip stains that are in the different Asian beauty lip products, K-beauty lip products, things like that. So I think this is exciting, the fact that it's a matte, and I really wonder how the formula is, all that, and it's definitely intriguing to me, I cannot lie. So that was surprising, again, super surprising. I usually don't have lip products like that on my radar, but something about the actual photos of those colors on the lips looked really great. Another lip product, I mentioned this briefly because this is a little bit older. What the hell does that mean? But you know what I mean. It didn't come out in the last 2 seconds is really what I mean. But this is from OleHenriksen, and they expanded the Pout Preserve Peptide lip treatments, the lip balms, the squeezy tube lip balms, and they now have a more permanent shimmer line. They were kind of teasing a few shimmers with the collab with Anina Bing, but they added 3 new shades. So there's the Lagenberry, and they actually had this color before, but it was more limited. I think I have that one, but that's more of like almost a berry kind of shimmer. Then there's a shimmer version, or what they say glimmer. It's a glimmer version of creme brulee, and I think that that looks so beautiful. My only thing is something about that creme brulee flavor is just not for me. Ugh, it's honestly heartbreaking because I love the idea of a creme brulee, a gourmand lip flavor. I love that, but there's something about the creme brulee to me that's a little buttery in a way that sometimes can be kind of tough to deal with. So I love the shimmer, but not necessarily in that scent. Let me know if you've tried it, if you feel like it's a different scent or if it's just the exact same, which I would just assume it's the same since, you know, it's the same name with the addition of Glimmer. But they also did the original as well with a Glimmer, so Citrus Sunshine Glimmer, and I think this was a good expansion. I would have loved maybe to see some different shades, although technically, you know, a new one was added. But that's one of my favorite squeeze tube lip balms that have come out. I think it's an amazing formula. And if you're looking for true hydration, you really just want to like condition your lips, maybe a shimmer formula, and anything isn't the one to go to. Shimmer's not helping to hydrate. I'm sorry to say, it's really not. But I do like the inclusion of shimmer, and I do think it kind of bridges the gap of a lip balm becoming a more substantial lip product, especially if you're gonna pair it with like a lip liner or something like that. So I was personally very excited for those. I haven't picked one up yet just because I feel like, again, the flavors weren't for me, but still very exciting. Okay, while we're on Sephora, we gotta talk about the fact that there are new kits out. I swear, we're getting so many kits. I find it really interesting. It seems, you know, the data is just like my brain and what I feel like I'm seeing. So take it with a grain of salt. It's not like hardcore data here, but I do feel like we're seeing these sets a lot more often than we were in the past. I don't know. I felt like it was like at max 3 times a year, but I feel like it's turning more into 4-ish or 5-ish times a year that we're seeing these sets come out. But we have a lip kit. It's the Perfect Pout lip kit. It's $42. I don't think I'm gonna do a separate video breaking them down. I tend to break these down with you guys, and I know you love them, but there's only 2 right now. Maybe we'll get more. They sometimes pop up randomly, but I thought we could break them down in here. So $42, a $94 value. That seems pretty good off the bat, but let's see what's actually in here. 5 pieces. It looks like we're getting the Rare Beauty liner, and this is in the shade Wise, and this liner looks to be a twist up, so that's not my personal favorite. You guys know it's one of the things, but if you love a twist up liner, it might be a positive. It's just good to look at what's in these kits. It can just be so exciting, the deal factor, and I think especially now because makeup it just feels so everything feels so expensive, and makeup especially feels so expensive. So when you see these kits that have some of the hotter products in it or hotter brands in it can kind of overshadow what the actual value for yourself is. So I think it's just good to break them down. Anyway, I don't know if that one would necessarily work for me, but it seems to be a full-size product. Then there's the Tower 28 Lip Softy. This one is in the shade Ube Vanilla, and personally and unfortunately, I don't love the Tower 28 lip products. This one's a mini, and it could be a great way to test it out if you haven't tried them yet, but I find them just a little bit thinner, and I definitely prefer the OleHenriksen ones, the Summer Fridays ones, a lot of other lip balms over those. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing Satin Shine Lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk Fair. Then we have the YSL Love Shine Lip Oil Stick in 201 Rosewood Blush, and that, it says there are 3 full-size products in here, and I'm wondering if that is it. They don't tell you. Usually they do tell you what's a full size and not, and now when I'm really studying the photo, because I'm like, wait, what's going on? I think the YSL is actually the mini, and I think that Charlotte Tilbury lipstick is a full size. So could be a good value, but again, it is the Pillow Talk Fair, so you have to kind of decide if that's a color that's gonna work for you or that you would like. And then the last thing in here is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in Watermelon. Another one that I believe is full size in here, and I feel like we've been seeing those specific Makeup by Mario lip products in a lot of the kits lately, so you know, just something to consider. I think if it works for you, it could be a good value. If those full-size products specifically are also ones that maybe you've been looking at or eyeing, they've been on your list, that could really up the value, but overall, not one that's necessarily getting me. As for the Glow Up Kit, this one is $58. It's a $174 value, really good value on it, but let's again actually get in there and see what it is, because as we've seen from the advent calendars, sometimes that value seems a little bit manipulated, or just they're milking the value, okay? They are milking it for every drop they can. Technically, get it? In here, you're getting the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. That one's definitely like a deluxe size mini in there. Again, I'm not seeing a clear definition of what's a full size and what's a mini size in the description box like we've seen. Instead, they just kind of overall tell you what it is. And I do wish that was a little bit more clear, just if you're gonna buy online only, but it says 3 full-size products plus an assortment of mini and deluxe sizes. So 3 things in here are full size. We'll see if we can, you know, detective and figure out what the heck those ones are. But we know it's definitely not the Bobbi Brown. Then we have the Urban Decay All Nighter Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Dewy Setting Spray. That one also seems to be a mini product, so another mini. The Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask and Moisturizer. I love this product. I think it's so good. If you haven't tried it, it's one definitely to check out. And this one looks bigger. I'm not sure sure if it is actually a full-size product in here. I don't think it is though, so I think that one might just be a deluxe mini. Still could get a decent amount of wear out of it. Again, if it's something on your list already and a few other things are, it could be a good value, but it is good to make sure. Then next, Glossier Boy Brow Volumizing Eyebrow Gel Pomade in Clear. I believe this is one of the full-size products. So full Glossier Boy Brow, it is a clear one. Specifically, that doesn't work for me, but if you're into clear brow gels, could be something. From Benefit Cosmetics, there's a mini roller lash curling and lifting mascara. I feel like so many of the Benefit mascaras don't work for me. I'm so sad about it, but a lot of them have not been working for me lately, mostly just with transferring. And I do think what my threshold is for smudging has lowered so much from tubing mascaras. I'm just like, I can't, and I'm not looking in the mirror enough. I end up just getting played by a smudgy mascara, so that one wouldn't be for me. From Glow Recipe, the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrop Serum. Love that serum. It's a small size though in there. I don't know how many ounces or anything, but it is smaller. From Huda Beauty, the Lip Contour Lip Pencil in Warm Brown is in there. From Tarte, the Maracuya Juicy Lip Plump Gloss in Tulip. This, I believe, is another one of the full-size products in there. And if you watch my lip product declutter, this, even the Makeup by Mario, those kind of like juicy lip products that I feel like can kind of go on goopy. I'm personally just, you know, not necessarily as into them, but if you love them still, that is a full size in there. I feel like they're easier and easier to come by though. Like I keep seeing them in sets. I feel like the sets for holiday didn't sell out from Tarte with those, so they're around. They're definitely around. Okay, continuing. From Rare Beauty, the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer Highlight and Outshine is in here. I believe this is a small size. And then from Milk Makeup, the Lip and Cheek Cream Blush Stick in Rally. Thank God it's not Work, okay? I feel like Work, I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, is in everything. It's the one that's in every set, in every advent calendar, but at least in this one you're getting Rally, so something a little bit different, and that I believe is a full size as well. So again, as much as there are some products in here specifically I do really truly like, I don't know if the sizes match up necessarily. Again, it's going to be very individual, so just take a hard look, see if you think it will be worth it, because it still is $58 at the end of the day for a decent amount of samples. And yes, some full-size products, but are they the full-size products you really want? That's what you got to know. All right, now that we broke those down, let me talk about something I really love. I did buy a mini of this when it came out. This is the Sol de Janeiro Delicia Drench Moisturizing Shower Oil, and it's in the purple scent, which is the Cheirosa 59 fragrance. I love that one, okay? It is so good. I think like half of my body mist is gone at this point, and that came out, I want to say, at the beginning of last year. I want to say during like the spring Sephora sale was definitely like the time to get it. And again, I love that scent. So I was excited to try a body wash, and not only that, a shower oil that's going to be more hydrating, especially during the colder months. So I just got a mini just in case I didn't like it, and I have to say it's gone, baby. It's totally gone. I really just fell back in love with the scent of it, and scent doesn't always transfer over in different categories, like a fragrance to a body wash to a candle. Like even if it's the same scent, it might not come across that way, but I really enjoyed it actually in the body wash, maybe even a little bit more. It felt slightly richer and sweet and vanillic in the body wash that I really loved, and I did find it to be more moisturizing. But even though it's an oil, it wasn't greasy. If you're worried about it being like grease bomb, it's not going to be that. So I really love it. I would definitely consider buying the full size. I have quite a few body washes at the moment, so I don't think I'm going to right now, but if you were thinking about it, it's a good one. And if you love the Cheirosa 59, pairing them together I think would be amazing, and I enjoyed doing that when I had it. Okay, let's talk about a little bit of a missed opportunity from Laneige. This is the S'more Kisses set. Again, I think this is something probably along the lines of like Valentine's Day releases, a cute little lip set you could get for a cutie in your life, you know what I mean? So I love the idea of that. This is $27, and with a name like S'more, I was so excited to click into this, and I was hoping that it would be a marshmallow lip glowy balm. Like I would have lost my mind, but it's not. It's just vanilla, which is fine. You know, the vanilla one's really nice. I like the lip glowy balms. They're great, but I really wanted it to be marshmallow. I thought that would go with the s'mores, and it would be fun to put in a limited edition set, and then I'm sure they could get kind of research on whether or not that would be a good thing to release in their main line, but they just used something they already had. Okay. So that's a full-size lip product, the vanilla glowy balm, but then there's a mini of the chocolate lip mask, which I believe believe we've seen as well. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's in the permanent line, but I think it has been launched in different sets. So still cute, don't get me wrong, but I really wanted it to be like more s'mores themed specifically, and I was hoping for maybe something kind of limited in there, but it wasn't. So could be a cute little gift, I guess, you know, but I really wanted the marshmallow. I love marshmallow stuff. Another lip product. It's been a lot of lip launches right now. I think we're gonna see a lot more lip product launches, but this one's from Makeup by Mario. It's the Hydrating Super Shine Lip Gloss. It seems like a ton of colors. The lip looks here glossy, glassy, really beautiful. I'm a little scared. It looks maybe a little thick, but thick doesn't necessarily mean it has to be sticky, so it could be just great. I mean, really beautiful. They're quite sheer. I think these make a good kind of spring and summer lip product, so I am interested in those. I know there were some kind of shiny lip products that had a little bit more pigment to them, and I feel like those didn't get the best reviews. I didn't try those, but from what I can remember, the color in them kind of went into the lip lines. They were just looking funky on the lips, okay? They were looking funky, but these seem promising. I just hope they're not sticky. That's my biggest thing. So I don't know, might be something I want to check out. I definitely love those kind of sheer popsicle pinks and reds when we get into spring and summer. And if you don't already have one or are wanting to try something new, it might be something good. Okay, a new launch from Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Eye Sculpt eyeshadow palette. And although this is basic, I feel like this is something you're either like totally down for because it is so basic and because you know you're gonna use it so much, or you already have this like a million times over in your collection. So this is in the mini palette, and I think that's one of the biggest things going for it is the fact that it's so small, travel friendly. Because this is all matte and it's a gradient of matte shades you might want to use, I really do feel like it makes it this useful companion to anything. I've really enjoyed living out of like a makeup bag, really using a smaller grouping of products longer and then kind of switching them out and doing that as my routine instead of reaching for new products necessarily constantly. I mean, I'm always testing stuff, but just overall, I would say there has been a bit of a change in that. And I do think this would be so nice that no matter what was kind of in rotation at the time, I'd have some of these staple products. And I wouldn't have always said that because I am a shimmer girl. I love a good shimmer. I will easily do an all shimmer look. I do not need a matte to make my life complete, okay? But I do like a matte here and there. I like doing a little winged liner, a little powder liner wing, and the black in here, even that dark brown could be something. Also though, I've really been enjoying just taking a little pencil brush and lining my lower lash line with just shadow, a matte shadow, to add a bit of a shadow. Since I do have lighter features overall, sometimes something like a black liner, any type of liner, can just look a little bit harsher, and I have been doing lighter eyeshadow looks in general, but I do want a little definition around my eyes, and I've been finding just that little bit of a matte shadow under my lash line adds the perfect amount of definition where you don't really notice it, but it makes a difference. And I feel like both the light shade in here and the medium would be perfect for everyday looks for me. So again, I might pick this up. I do have a code with Natasha Denona that's permanent, so if you're ever looking to save some money or wanting to pick up a release, you can use that. It is affiliated, but it's nice when something's new to be able to save some money. So it's something that's definitely on my radar. Again, I love the mini palettes because they are more affordable, and again, this feels like it'd be a workhorse product, but also consider what you already have. I mean, these are shades that are in so many palettes, so it's not necessarily new and innovative in that way either. I did want to talk about some new Glamnetic nails. I love that Glamnetic offers some nails on Sephora, and they tend to be a little bit cheaper. They do different designs for Sephora. They have a thing with Ulta, I'm assuming as well, because they have different designs there, and then they also come out with their own collections on their own site. So there's a lot of nails to keep track of, okay? And let me just say, I love my little nails. Okay, this is the Blushing Aura. I think this is the third time I've worn these, and they're kind of just a go-to for me if I don't know what to do. I just love them so much. Anyway, these are kind of in that Valentine's Day theme, but these are the Lover's Knot, and these ones I really love. The short almond is my favorite shape and length, so just in case you're wondering, that's what this is. And I feel like it gives me the most elongated nail that I think is just flattering, but it's still like I'm able to do stuff. I'm a little restricted, but not too much, not too much. Anyway, this one kind of has a a similar blushing look going on with it, but it also has cute little bows. It has some hearts. So again, has more of that Valentine's Day theme, and I think it's so cute. It seems like the other one's called All Time Love, and this is another short almond. It kind of just looks like a French tip, but then one of them seems to have a little bit more of some type of floral going on, but it's kind of like all white. It's cute, definitely a little more neutral, and it would go with a lot of different outfits while still being a little girly and a little bit something extra. And then the other one is Petals, and this is the short oval, so it is a shorter shape, and this is the shape I like to put on if I know I got shit to do, okay? I don't have time to be fussing with nails. This is what I would go with just in case so things aren't popping off or anything like that. Also the shape and size of these, I feel like just hug my nail so much better, especially if I'm gonna be doing more stuff. So just something to consider. Really cute styles. Let's talk about this Briogeo dry shampoo. I love me a good dry shampoo. I need a good dry shampoo. I actually got my hair when I was back in Arizona for holiday. I got a little bleach touch up and it looks so good. My mom did such a good job and I have been loving it. But anyway, that's just, you know, an extra little thing. This dry shampoo, I really love the idea of it. It is in a powder puff, so really easy to touch up right at the root, right where you need it. And there is a translucent, and then there's also a dark shade. So if you have issues with a white cast from dry shampoo, they do have another offering, which I think is great. The thing about this, I hope that this works well, and this could be a great one for on the go, but it's $28 for 15 grams of product, which is just, it feels small. Like, it feels pretty small. If we're talking about the day one, which I have been using and I do quite like, I've repurchased that one a few times. That one's $30, a few dollars more, but in it, it's 1 ounce of product, or in terms of grams, it's 30 grams, which is double the amount of product. And I already feel like with the day one, I'm going through it like nothing. I'm using that thing up way too fast. So just something to keep in mind. I definitely think it's more of an on-the-go thing, but if it's incredible, I could see, because sometimes if a dry shampoo works like exactly how you want it, it almost feels like you just have to do it. Like, it adds so much convenience. If you're a thin hair, oily scalp girl, then you know the struggle, the pain. You know, like, we wash our hair, at the end of the day, it's greasy. If I touch my hair too much, like literally, if I run my hands through my hair, not with lotioned hands, not, you know, it's gonna be greasy, I'm telling you. So dry shampoo can be a lifesaver is all I'm saying. And that one seems like it could be great, and I am excited for it, but it also seems small. I probably will try it, but I just wish there was maybe a little bit more product to it, you know? Okay, I think last thing for Sephora specifically, and then I'm gonna check out Trend Mood, because I'm like, that is so much more up to date, I feel like. But from Nars, this is the Afterglow Tempting Eyeshadow Palette. And I gotta say, again, tempting in the name, it's true. There's something about this, I think because it kind of leans into that taupey eyeshadow. It's not just purpley, it's not just mauvey. It does have more neutrality, it seems, to it. It does have me a little tempted. It's $49. These kind of eyeshadow palettes come out seasonally from them. They're kind of all within a neutral realm, sometimes a little more warm leaning and whatnot. They're not always different from each other, but I will say this one struck me a little bit. I don't know if I'll actually pick it up. Maybe to test, let you guys know. Maybe I'll swatch it in store, but it did catch my eye and I did think it was really pretty. It seems like some of these shimmer shadows in here also are maybe a little bit more on that wet style, so they aren't necessarily super opaque, which I like. I like something a little semi-opaque, especially for the lighter eye looks that I've been doing, and it looks pretty. Again, kind of in line though with that Valentine's Day makeup we see happen in the spring and summer and towards February every year. On to Instagram though, let's see what we got. First thing I'm seeing, I'm kind of shocked by these. These are the Dream Lip Oils from Summer Fridays, and I think we're getting new shades. Bare Sand, Rosebud, Midnight Berry, Warm Beige. I'm pretty shocked by this, to be completely honest, just because I was really excited for this launch last year. It was kind of at the beginning of last year, and I personally, as much as they're fine, it's just hard when a lip product is so similar. It's not exact, but so similar to what they already have, like the lip balm and a lip oil. I just prefer the lip balms over these, the ones that I had. So I'm kind of shocked to see more shades coming out. I didn't know if it did that well because I didn't feel like I saw tons of people talking about them, but maybe people are loving them. I don't know. Kind of shocking. I would love to see lip liners. I'm telling you, I think the lip liner with their lip balm would have been a perfect combination, or even like a cream blush I could see doing really well if they're branching out into color cosmetics. So kind of interesting new shades. Tell me, did you love that lip oil? If you tried it, I would love to know your thoughts, and are you excited for those new shades? I know I've been seeing like tons of drugstore stuff. I'm trying to stay in the loop as much as I can, but it seems like Maybelline has a new face stick out. It looks like more of a contour highlight type thing, but that's kind of interesting. I think it looks nice, and it feels like something people would want. So that seems like a good launch for Maybelline. And just in general, seeing some more products from the drugstore that aren't necessarily one-for-one dupes. Like I'm over it. I'm a little over it. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think drugstore makeup can be great. I think it can be great quality at affordable prices depending on what you want to spend on makeup or what you can spend on makeup, but I don't necessarily need more Charlotte Tilbury dupes, you know? Anyway, it's exciting to see some new stuff. From Tower 28, there is a new shade, it seems, of the Lip Softy. This one's called Red Bean Mochi, and it's a pretty shade, but I've already said, not necessarily my favorite formula when it comes to these squeezy tube lip balms, so it's not, you know, the one for me personally. Ooh, Glossier is doing a black cherry collection. It has a few different products. It looks like a lip liner. It looks like it has a black cherry balm.com. It has a cloud paint and black cherry. It also has an eyeliner. I think it's kind of cool that they added an eyeliner in there, and then it says a lock. Okay, this is kind of cute. I don't know about you, but I do think sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it can feel a little gimmicky, don't get me wrong, but when some of the brands I enjoy for makeup do other products that are just kind of kitschy and different and like hopefully good quality, actually, like that is just kind of what I need it to be in general. But there's a lock here for cherry, so I'm assuming if you're in high school or, you know, need a lock like that, it would be so cute. Think about that on your locker, like just aesthetically, but it's also actually functional in a way that sometimes maybe another lip gloss isn't. You know what I mean? Like maybe you have enough lip glosses for your personal life, but a cute little lock like this kind of is useful and cute and serves maybe a better function for you. And I think that's actually kind of cute, even though in some ways it's kind of unrelated. So I kind of like it. I don't know if I'll pick any of that up because I just, you know, I don't love the Glossier Balm.com, the before one or the after one, or now the again before, what? They went back to the old formula, I believe. I haven't tried the lip liners yet. They have been on my list to try, but I don't know if I would try the black cherry color just because I don't know how much I'm gonna get use out of it. I have been enjoying some different color lip products, but I don't know if I need the lip liner in black cherry, and then same with the cloud paint and even the eyeliner, but so the lock is the thing that makes the most sense for me. Okay. Anyway, what else? There are some new fragrances. I do have a fragrance channel. I need to get over there. It's just been a hard end of the year in some ways, like in good ways too, but I got sick at the end of the year. I guess I'm kind of giving a little bit of an update, but I got sick at the end of last year, and I just kept getting like on and off sick, even throughout the holidays, even while I was away. So that kind of just mucked things up on top of having so many advent calendars. I did make a community post and I was like, I'm gonna get some up, and I thought I would, but because I was sick, all the filming got kind of pushed back, and I have a lot of that footage. I just haven't had the time to edit. I thought I would have some, I don't know why I thought this. Why I thought I could edit footage while back home for the holidays. Like I'd have time. I never have time anytime, even when I'm not trying to squeeze in work, but it just wasn't possible to get the work done there. So you might be seeing those hopefully this month. I'm gonna try to, I think, get them mostly up this month. But if you were wondering like, where the fuck? I know guys. I sometimes think I can get more work done than I actually can. But anyway, that was all to say. There are some new perfumes out. I do want to get some stuff even on the fragrance channel. That's why it's been a little quiet over there, just trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm so excited to get back into it. I feel like that kind of lull between Christmas and then New Year's, it just feels kind of long, and I've been soaking it up as much as I can because it's just kind of a slow period and a chill time for everyone. But I am so excited for 2025, and I think I'm like kind of looking here. I'm sure I'm missing so much stuff. So if there's anything that you guys are like, ooh, check this out, check that out, definitely let me know. But I just wanted to talk about what was new coming out. I was just so excited. Oh, okay, it's all coming back to me. There are definitely some more stuff. I thought I was gonna wrap it up. Rewind, I'm not. From Urban Decay, they are dropping their own kind of like liquid luminizer Luminizer. I'm like, are these kind of bronzery drops? Are they liquid like highlighter drops? What are these? So that was kind of interesting. And I'm intrigued. I know the face bond, I feel like, got a lot of hype, and you know, it was a very big launch, I feel like, for them. And this is in that same packaging. It's kind of going with that same line, but I don't know. I'm like, interesting. I don't know how I'm using a liquid highlighter like this. Are they just, again, glowy drops you add in? I'm sure you could do kind of whatever you want with them, but it was a little bit of a, ooh, what is that kind of launch? And it kind of got me going like, okay, we got to talk about some of this new stuff. That was definitely one of the launches that did that. But kind of going a little bit further back in time, I did want to mention Angelica's palette with Singe. This is the Galactic Visitor palette, and I did think this was really pretty. I am not nearly as into colorful. I know you guys have seen. Hello, hi. I love a neutral, but I thought this palette was pretty. It kind of reminded me of Club Nebula, which is her collaboration with Kaleidos, but it's been a while since that happened, and I thought that this was a fun take, and you could see lots of different looks going on with this. So definitely wanted to shout that palette out. I also know that some new stuff from Glaminatrix has come out. I do have these, so I will insert some swatches. I've been playing around a little bit, but these are small little kind of 6-pan palettes. There were 4 of them. There's Elegant Eyes, which is kind of the neutral. There's Entrancing Eyes, which I believe is kind of the berry. Then there's Exquisite Eyes, which is the green tones. And then Elevated Eyes, which is the blue. And I really like that they went with these smaller palettes. They are overall more colorful. The neutral one is obviously more neutral, but if you like greens, there's some fun greens there. And I do really like the Glaminatrix shimmers as well. And yeah, that was like a fun collection. I just, again, got those right before holiday, I feel like. So I've been playing with them and I think they're fun. I do have a code with Glaminatrix too, so you can use that if you're interested. Obviously no pressure, it's affiliated. Codes are there for you to use if you want to, but don't buy anything you don't want to buy, guys. Don't do it. It's your money. Spend it how you want to, baby. Hello, everyone. I am popping in here because naturally more stuff has come out and I also feel like I missed a few things. So we're going to talk about a few other products. So just a few. I think the big one that I definitely didn't want to miss was the new ColourPop launch. I feel like ColourPop has not been launching a ton of stuff lately, but we are starting to get teasers for the new Twilight collab. They did the Twilight collab last year, and I have to say that was one of the collections I kind of weirdly really wanted. I didn't end up getting my hands on it. I could have probably after they restocked it, but it was one of those ones, like initially I was like, oh, I want this, just, you know, because it's Twilight. I feel like it's such a cultural thing, but I will say I didn't end up buying it, and when I look back now, I'm like, oh. I'm kind of not glad. I would have loved to have it just as a piece, but still I'm doing fine without the Twilight palette, if you can believe it, okay? Without any of those Twilight products, but we're getting a new one, okay? That's where I'm going with this. This is the Twilight New Moon collection, and it's coming out January 9th. We're still getting like sneak peeks, but it looks like we're getting a new Soul Glow oil. So this one is more of a golden color. I believe the last one was more of that icy kind of vampire skin. So this one's going more toward the werewolf side. There's also some lip products in here. It looks like an ultra glossy lip in a pretty red shade. That looks kind of interesting. There's also some shadow sticks in multi-chromes. These look pretty. I do like the ColourPop shadow stick formula, the reformulated version that they've come out with. It's been a little bit now, but I have some favorite shades. I don't know how these ones specifically will work. These ones have that duochrome flip to them, which I think is kind of fun. So I think that's nice. There's one called It's Always Been Him. It's a pinky copper to a gold green multi-chrome. Vampire Girl is a true red with a gold to olive shift. And then Wolf Girl, these names, okay. These names, warm bronze with a gold to olive multi-chrome shift. I think all of them very much fit the kind of color theme they're going with for this new moon collection. There's also some super shocks as well. These are like a tie-dye thing. There's like a red one and a bronzy gold one. And I will say all of these products, as much as like maybe I don't want to use them necessarily, or when I'm thinking about them as like actual makeup products, I don't know how much I'll use them. I do think theme-wise, they fit the collection really well, and I do appreciate that in its own way. And then there is gonna be a palette. Now this palette definitely skews more warm as compared to the last one, which was more cool toned, and I do like the difference there. It almost looks like a fall, like harvest kind of palette, at least in the few little glimpses we're getting of it so far. It's kind of hard. They have not launched a full collection photo, at least not on the ColourPop Instagram at this point, but it does seem to have some golden tones, some warm yellows, some browns, a black though. It's still gonna go kind of deep, and I think it makes sense again with the collaboration and with the theming. I don't think it's one though. This one is not getting me like the original Twilight did, so I'm not necessarily tempted by it, but for any of you Twilight stans, I think this is probably going to be a pretty big hit, especially thinking about the popularity of the last collab. I mean, that thing sold out in like minutes. Like it was it was very popular. Another reason I want to make this video is because I did get some PR from Salt New York, and they just came out with their Mood Lighting blush. This one is a little bit different. You can use it lips, cheeks, all of that. If you're not familiar with Salt New York products, they do cream products. They have the new compacts, which I think are amazing. I'm so glad that they came out with these. I love that they're trying to do minimal packaging and reusable packaging. They have a focus on sustainability for sure, and I love that, but I also love the little compact. It makes it a lot easier to use. But they've come out with this shimmer blush. It's one color, but there are 3 different variations of it. So there's a light, a medium, and a deep. I have the light and medium, so I'm excited to try these out and honestly dig back into more of my Salt New York stuff. I've really loved the Sneaky Balm. I've gone through one of those in the past. I'll have more swatches, but the top is the light and then the bottom is the medium. And again, they have a deep version as well. I'm excited for a shimmery version of the blush, and I definitely wanted to shout it out. So I have a code, I think, with Salt at this point, so I'll leave that there. Again, affiliated, use the codes you want, leave the ones you don't, but I did want to shout out that because it is a new launch from them, and I feel like with their products they're more long-term, so they're not always launching new stuff. Last couple of things I wanted to get caught up on. This one's hot off the presses, okay? This is so fresh. But there's a new product from Lisa Eldridge. This is the Pinpoint Concealer. It's a micro correcting pencil. It basically looks like an eyeliner, but it is a concealer, so they have tons of different tones here. I think this is really interesting. It is a twist up, so I think that can be nice. I mean, you're not gonna get a lot of product in here necessarily. It's $34, 16 different shades. It's supposed to be waterproof and long wearing. It's a creamy gel formula. I'm intrigued by this product, okay? I gotta say, I feel like I've definitely been gravitating, and I think I mentioned it in other parts of this video, but 2 products that are not only going to be beautiful, and I like testing new things, but also that are kind of practical, that are easy to travel with, that, you know, kind of fit into a makeup bag. I'm enjoying a bit of a simplified routine, and I feel like this kind of fits in there, especially for very precision spot concealing. If you don't want to do a full face, but you have a few areas where, you know, you just want to touch up, I think this is a useful product, especially also on the go. If you know, have long days and you want to touch up on the go, maybe you're going to do something after work or whatever, I feel like this could really come in handy. So I don't know, I think it's a little bit innovative, and although again, it's not a lot of product, that's the only thing. It's a small amount of product. If you're thinking of an eyeliner as your concealer, it might go fast, but I think it's cool. Definitely feels very makeup artistry focused. When I think about doing makeup on other people, especially even like men's makeup for camera, this would have been perfect, I feel like, for that. So I think that's a cool new release. Okay, a huge upcoming launch that I totally missed, and one that I missed that already happened from Rhode. Hailey Bieber is coming out with some lip liners. This only makes sense to me. I'm surprised we didn't get lip liners earlier, really. And these ones look twist up. They also, it's hard. We're not getting tons of photos on it. I can't tell if it's dual-sided as in a brush and a liner. That's kind of what it's looking like, but it also could be just a double-ended product. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I mean, I'm sure these colors are gonna be really pretty. When I think of all the color cosmetic launches that have come out from Rhode, I think that's one of the most intriguing parts of it. I feel like not only are the formulas and like products themselves trendy, but I have enjoyed some of the colors. Some of them are just a little bit different, and I am interested to see how these colors go. The only thing is it does look like a twist up pencil, and I prefer a wooden pencil, and I feel like the IT liners are pencils, so I'm kind of surprised they went with the twist up. I think a pencil lip liner fits the line so well, but a twist up to me is so different. So an interesting choice. I'm sure this will be a hot release. You know, anything Rhode really is. The other thing from Rhode I completely missed, and honestly I missed it So much that the way I found out about this launch was from the actual kind of pop-up, I guess, that they did with Community Goods. And I actually went there with a friend to get it. Anyway, I'm getting off with that story, but Rhode came out with a limited edition peptide lip tint in cinnamon roll, and it says here it will be available November 22nd. That's how freaking off I feel like I am. So totally missed that one. I really did. I was not on the ball for that. And you know, I have to say, some of the lip tints I like, some of them are gritty. So, okay, some of them are gritty. What is going on with that? I mean, I'm personally not into a gritty lip product, so it's kind of a no-go, and they've been so hit or miss, but I will say these limited edition, gourmand, like foodie little lip products are still tempting nonetheless. Like, you know, they are. I still think it was smart to come out with that. Last but certainly not least, from Chantecaille, we're getting a look at the spring collection. This is the Les Papillons collection, which is butterfly, I believe. This is a beautiful collection. We're getting 2 eyeshadow trios, which I am always tempted by. These ones look like there's a little bit of a kind of duochrome iridescent thing going on. So the Nymph eyeshadow trio has some warm tone shades in here. There's like a golden peach, there's kind of a purple, as well as something kind of golden. And then there's also the Diana eye trio. That one has more cool tone shades. It says it's a taupe. It looks a little bit warmer than a normal thing I would call a taupe, but that's what they're calling it. There's also a rose color and a kind of pearlized green looking. I'm thinking that one's gonna be a little iridescent, but very excited for those. I think I might be getting those sent to me, so I will for sure be letting you know my thoughts if I think they're worth it. But if you've followed, I've definitely been keeping up with what Chantecaille's coming out with because it does get me excited. There also are some lip products as well. These are the lip sheers. There's a pale rose color, a dusty mauve shade, a sheer raspberry, and a plummy pink. So I am excited for that. Definitely giving spring vibes. And I'm excited to see what other makeup kind of comes out in that spring theme as we get into the new year and out of winter. So anyway, just wanted to pop these in here. Now back to the end of this video. Okay, those kind of launched a while ago, so I'm definitely behind. We have a lot to catch up on. I don't think I can do it all in this video, and I'm trying not to make every video I make like an hour long. I know a lot of you guys like it, but damn. Damn, could we get something out in like 20 minutes? We could. Anyway, I think that's mostly the updates. I'm just trying to think of like what else, because I feel like, you know, it's the beginning of the year. I just am so excited. I feel pretty rejuvenated overall, and I appreciate you guys so much. I'm excited to see what 2025 brings for beauty and fragrance and all of that. Hopefully it'll be interesting and fun, but I'm wishing you guys a great new year. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for being here, and I think I'm gonna end it because if not, I don't know where this outro is going. It's getting rambly. I can tell I haven't filmed in a second, and yeah, I'll see you with more videos soon. Bye guys.